The next thing I want to talk about is APA problems because there was a lot, and that's to be expected. For some of you, this is your first time doing APA style. So I just picked out just a couple out, and then I'm going to point you to a website that you can go to that will bring this all together as well. So one of the common AP problems was this first one right here. So E.M. Griffin writes, communication is the relational process of creating and interpreting messages that elicit a response. First, I'm going to fix the typo there. So this was a common problem that I seen. The first thing that I see is in APA style, you don't refer to the author's first name. So we're going to go ahead and delete the author's first name. So you just refer to the author's last name in doing this. Second, when you're doing an in-text citation like this first one here, what you want to do is after the first time that you cite the author's name is when you want to put the year of publication. So rather than putting it here at the end, what you want to do is go ahead and put it here. So Griffin 2011 writes, communication is a relational process. And then I would delete that from my citation at the end of the sentence, because I already mentioned Griffin and then I mentioned what year it was. So I can go ahead and take that out. And it's a direct quote, so for many of you, you had direct quotes, but you didn't say what page number it went to. So for APA, the goal of this type of citation is that if I wanted to find this, this is a language or a recipe for me to go and find that exact citation. So now I know that it's in the Griffin 2011 book, and if I look down, I see what the citation of that is, and it's on page 6. The other problem is kind of a subtle one, but something you should be aware of right here. So many students have a problem with this. The punctuation for this sentence goes after the end of the citation. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my period at the end of the sentence right there. So now this is the proper way to have an in-text citation for an APA formatted citation. Griffin 2011 writes, and then I have the direct quote, and then the page number. Now let's go to the works cited page because there were some problems with that as well. In APA style, there are some tricky things, and it's useful just to get used to these. So the first is this section right here. So in APA style, only the first word in a book title is capitalized. So we would want to fix this citation to say a first and then lowercase look at communication is not a proper noun theory. Okay, and this is good because it is supposed to be italicized, but when you're doing an APA citation, you need to make sure that only the first word in the title is capitalized, unless it's a proper noun. Proper nouns, if it was a first look at communication theory in the United States would be capitalized. And then the student did a nice job of saying it was 7th edition, but you only really need to put the ED there. And then place of publication, Boston, and then McGraw-Hill. And usually what we do in the works cited page is we indent we indent 0.5 inches and put a period at the end. So those are two common problems. So hopefully I've